It's April, and spring has certainly arrived at the Crocus nursery in Surrey. Luciano is here to see how his plants are coming along for the garden he is designing for Laurent-Perrier at this year's Chelsea Flower Show. Karen Sowden, the Crocus nursery manager, and Pete Clay take Luciano and his team around. Unlike the previous 2 years, the weather has been fairly mild this year. Last year our main Chelsea tunnel was bulging with plants as we tried to force them on in time for the show. This year the tunnel is nearly empty, with most of the plants being held back in our shade tunnels. The temperature difference between the two tunnels is at least 8 degrees, so it can have a substantial effect on the rate of growth of a plant. We even have some varieties, such as peonies and irises, in a refrigerated cold store in an attempt to stop them flowering. Even the beech domes are beginning to sprout into life. Usually they can be quite difficult to get into full leaf in time for Chelsea, but they seem to be coming along fine this year. But it's the trees that Luciano is worried about. These 2 massive trees have been brought in from Belgium, and they're in a sulk. They are at least 30 years old, and not surprisingly, they don't like being put in a truck and shipped across Europe. So we've brought them over early so they can adapt to their new surroundings. Also, Amelanchias tend to look a bit shabby after flowering, so we're not too worried. But that doesn't stop Luciano getting nervous.
Yeah, Luciano, come and talk to me about the trees.
It's a quite nerve-wracking moment. It's, quite scary actually. As we said, we put a lot of emotional attachment to the trees and to the feeling of the trees, and yeah, it's a beautiful sunny day and we should feel really positive about it, but we are anxious about, because they are old trees, anxious about them.
Yeah, you're looking a bit worried.
Yeah, I'm feeling worried. I'm feeling very worried, Mark. But probably feeling better in 2 weeks' time. I just said, time will tell. We can't do anything about it. But very pleased, very beautiful structure. The structure is still there, and the moss, and the beautiful feeling that we always talked about every time we saw them.